What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, I want to speak on the situation with Lil Wayne and his ex girlfriend. Right. Recently she made a post about Lil Wayne throwing her out on Mother's Day, and I just I just want to make a couple quick comments because I think she just did herself and her daughter a big disservice. But first, before I get to my opinion, I'm gonna play what she said. Her Instagram post as far as like her and her daughter.
So for everyone DMing me about my story I posted, yeah, this is actually a fact. Wayne literally kicked me and my daughter out on Mother's Day today. And I am just recovering from surgery. I am 5 weeks out from a full mommy makeover. I can't even lift boxes, but this man has his assistants and people coming to help kick us out today. Like, and broke up with me on Mother's Day through text. And like, what? And her birthday's next weekend, and I leave to New York this week for all the Sports Illustrated press. Like, when I tell you that I am absolutely unsure on how to even process my emotions, like, if y'all got lawyer recommendations, please send them because, you know, like, you literally flew me, uprooted me from New York City where I was living and brought me here for this bullshit. Like, that's crazy, you guys. Like, these men really be taking advantage. And it's not just the emotional abuse. Like, this man has actually laid a fucking hand on me. Like, nah, nah. And I took it. You know what's crazy is they always say, like, we're so stupid for love. And I thought it was like a mistake. But, like, I know other women he's put his hands on. And today, today,
All right, so you heard her right. She got put out on Mother's Day, and I think, in my opinion, uh first of all, her and Wayne, I think, was together for I think like around about 3 years. And so Wayne, like she said, Wayne moved her into his house from New York. I don't know where Wayne lived at, but he moved her from New York, moved her to his house. Not only did he move her in, he moved her daughter in. And so for a man to move her and the woman and the daughter in, he must have really digged her, right? And really cared for her. Because Little Wayne has a daughter, and his daughter is very close. So he must have really, liked her, really digged her in order for him to move somebody else's daughter into his house. And so when he moved her in there, that was her opportunity to take his house and turn it into a home. Um, Also, it was her opportunity to show her daughter what it, what it is like to take a man's house and turn it into a home, and show how much they both appreciated the fact, of what Wayne was doing to them, like what he was doing for their lives. And, but instead of doing that, it seemed like, she was more so interested in trying to build a case against him, maybe going through his closets and taking pictures like she was Tom Cruise or somebody in Mission Impossible. So it was a missed opportunity for her to really just taking advantage of that situation. It was a good situation. No guy is going to move you into their house with your kid if he don't really have feelings for you. And so she messed that opportunity up. Also, she said something about him flying other girls out. Again, if I don't know why if she's in the house, she has the inside track. So she had 3 years to make Wayne realize that she was good for him. Because if she had a proof to Wayne that she was good for him and she was worth being with, then somebody on the outside would not have mattered. That's just like Anytime people's, if they're applying for a job or they want to get with a good company, they'll say, man, all I need to do is just get my foot in the door. Once I get my foot in the door, I'm going to prove my worth, and so, and it should be the same thing with relationships, because when you have somebody with money and means and stuff like that, you have to, she should have been able to prove her worth. She knows more than anybody else what, because she was inside the house and she spent time with him. So she could have found ways to make herself, make herself somebody who was worth being with. But she blew that opportunity. She was there 3 years with her daughter and still couldn't find a way to, to make herself, make herself useful. And so if he's going out and he's finding other people, not that it was her fault, but like I said, she had an inside track on how to make herself useful. Um, Her daughter should have been like showing appreciation instead of being in the background. Like she wanted the Supremes talking about my birthday next week too. She just teaching her daughter, like entitlement. Like Wayne did something wrong to her and her daughter, when I think, in my opinion, it was a missed opportunity for her to prove her worth, to prove that she was worthy. She had 3 years to do that, and she didn't do that. And so, in my opinion, she let her daughter down. She set a bad example for her daughter. So who knows what, you know she talking about, what she was saying about Wayne when he wasn't around, or that what she was when they was arguing, because she's talking about, her daughter's there. She's talking about Wayne put his hands on me and I'm looking for a lawyer and stuff like that. She involved her daughter in that kind of stuff. And not only that, Wayne's daughter is going to see this. So she really burnt that bridge, because now his daughter is going, if no way she probably can go back, because his daughter is going to feel some type of way about her daughter and her. And so she that was a bridge that she burnt. Another bridge that she probably burnt was the fact that when you publicly she publicly stated that she was going to, she's looking for a lawyer. So she's trying to, she's trying to damage his reputation. And so if another man of means see her, he not going nobody's going to really want to deal with her, because they see that if things go sideways or things go south, then this is what she's going to do. She's going to, she's just looking to build a case against you. And so, she just did herself a big disservice. No way, in my opinion, I would allow her to talk her way out of this type of situation. When you're gonna go on social media and say that, he hit, I know women that he's laid hands on. He's laid hands on me. He put me out on now. What do you have to do as a woman to get put out on Mother's Day? Especially black men. How black men feel about their mothers, that's crazy. You got to really perform in order to get put out of a black man's house on Mother's Day, man. So I just look at that as, you know, she did something. I don't think he gonna put her and her daughter out for no reason at all. After they've been there for 3 years, she's just never proved herself, in my opinion, to be somebody worthy of being in his company. And she burnt that bridge with him. She probably burnt it with his daughter. You know, and any other guy that might come along and see her as somebody that he want to date, this on social media, he gonna see it. If he don't see it, somebody close to him is gonna say, oh, that's the girl who tried to try to destroy Little Wayne. So but that's just, that's the world we live in, with people. If things don't go the way they want them to go, then the first thing they want to do is get a lawyer and say that you did something to them. They want to sue you, promised this or you promised that, and because instead of people making themselves, making themselves useful, they rather take the easy route and just try to build a case against you. And that's what she did. But I think she just really just really buried herself trying to build a case against Lil Wayne. So that's my take on it. With that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment, and I'll check you all out on the next video.